Enjoy yourselves now. This marriage will not last. The soup is too salty. The house is dirty. My son looks thinner since he married you. My son, your wife is disrespecting me.
Mother, Ngozi would never do that.
In the bustling town of Okutikpipa lived a young woman named Ngozika. She was known throughout the community for her kindness, humility, and hard work. When she married Tunde, a handsome and successful businessman, everyone said they were a match made in heaven. But there was one person who did not celebrate their union: Tunde's mother, Iya Babatunde. From the very day Tunde introduced Ngozika to his family, Iya Babatunde frowned. She had always dreamed of choosing a wealthy wife for her son, a Yoruba girl, preferably the daughter of one of her rich friends. "That village girl from the east is not good enough for my son," she would often whisper to her friends. Despite her disapproval, Tunde married Ngozika. On their wedding day, while guests danced and celebrated, Iya Babatunde sat with a bitter expression on her face.
Enjoy yourselves now. This marriage will not last.
After the wedding, the young couple moved into a beautiful house. Ngozika did everything possible to make her marriage work. She cooked delicious meals, cared for her husband, and treated his family with respect. But Iya Babatunde was determined to destroy their happiness. Whenever she visited, she criticized everything.
The soup is too salty. The house is dirty. My son looks thinner since he married you.
No matter how hard Ngozika tried, it was never enough. Months passed. One evening, Iya Babatunde secretly invited Tunde to her house.
My son, your wife is disrespecting me.
Mother, Ngozi would never do that.
"You think I'm lying?" Iya Babatunde replied. Little by little, she planted seeds of suspicion in her son's heart. And soon, arguments began appearing in the once peaceful marriage. Then Iya Babatunde came up with a more dangerous plan. She bribed a family friend named Kola to pretend he was having an affair with Ngozika. One afternoon, she arranged for Tunde to see Kola handing Ngozi a gift. "What is this?" Tunde shouted. Ngozi looked confused. "It's just a package. He said it is from your office." But Tunde's mind had already been poisoned. For weeks, he barely spoke to his wife. Ngozi cried herself to sleep every night. One day, she discovered she was pregnant. Overjoyed, she rushed to tell Tunde. But before she could, Iya Babatunde struck again. She convinced her son that the baby might not be his. The accusation shattered Ngozi's heart. "How can you think such a thing?" she sobbed. Without waiting for proof, Tunde asked for a separation. Broken and humiliated, Ngozika left the house. Months later, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Meanwhile, Tunde's business began collapsing. Contracts disappeared. Investments began to fail. The same friends who once surrounded him vanished. One evening, he was visiting his mother when he overheard a heated argument outside his mother's house. Curious, he moved closer. To his shock, he heard Kola speaking. "Iya Babatunde, I did everything you asked. I lied about Ngozika. Now pay me the rest of my money." Tunde froze. His heart nearly stopped. "What? What did you say?" he shouted as he stepped forward. The color drained from Iya Babatunde's face. For the first time, she was speechless. Kola confessed everything: the lies, the fake affair, the manipulation, the false accusations. Tunde felt as though the ground beneath him had disappeared. He had destroyed his marriage because of his mother's wickedness. The next morning, he rushed to find Ngozika. When he arrived, he saw her carrying their baby girl. Tears streamed down his face. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Ngozika looked at him quietly. "I believed lies. I failed you." For a long moment, she said nothing. Then she replied softly, "The deepest wounds are not caused by enemies. They are caused by people we trust." Tunde lowered his head in shame. For months, he worked to regain her trust. It wasn't easy, but eventually, Ngozika saw genuine change in him. Slowly, they rebuilt their family. As for Iya Babatunde, her actions became known throughout the community. The respect she once enjoyed disappeared. People avoided her. Years later, she sat alone, regretting the damage her jealousy had caused. By then, she finally understood a painful truth. A mother who destroys her son's marriage does not keep her son. She only destroys the family she could have enjoyed. And from that day forward, she lived with the consequences of her choices. And this is the end of this story.